Hey everyone, back at the fight again, and thought I would tie something a bit different today. I'm making a set for a guy that's going up to the Spey in March, so putting together some size 6 and 8 doubles and a few tubes, but this is going to be a lightning bolt. So let's get into it. So using black ATO uni thread for this one. So just start here as normal. This is kind of newer pattern for me over the last few years. Didn't really know about it. It's quite a simple one, but quite effective. Not too much on it, which is nice as well, so it's not too difficult to tie. So I've got some gold thread here, gold wire, to tie in the tag at the back, so just plot that underneath. Build it up to where I know I'm going to end, tie it back. Some hooks don't have a gap at the end until right at the very end, so I don't bother putting the tag between the two, in the hope that obviously it doesn't come apart. This is obviously helps protect it a bit more. So I'll just tie that in, leave a bit of room there. Turn with wire damages your scissors quite a lot if you cut wire, so I end up just rounding it so it just bites off. So I'm going to add a green tag at the back with number 12 Glow Bright, nice green, good spring colour. So I'm just going to do a couple of turns there, and I'm just going to gently tie this tag in here, so go over it twice to add the nice colour and give it a good bit of pop there. So go back and then back forward again. Quite often with these, when you put tags like this in the back, or happened to me in the past anyway, you know, you hook a fish, you catch a fish on it, and the tag ends up coming apart, and I can't fish with it again afterwards. It annoys me a little bit. So to alleviate that, back to Mrs. Hanson, bit of hard as nails. So just to harden it up a bit, I'm just going to add a tiny wee bit of Mrs. Hanson here, just to strengthen that, just in case anything decides to get its teeth in there. Right, so I'm going to re-tie in my gold wire here, and I'm now going to put in the gold holographic body, just a medium thickness. This is a size 6 RX standard double. Just like the shape of these hooks, and they're really strong as well. Again, just to give the fly a little bit of extra protection, I'm just going to add a very small dab of super glue just under the body, just a tiny bit, just to help keep that body in shape, so hopefully you can catch more than one fish on a fly before it decides to call it a day and you don't want to use it again. So I'm just tying that off. Nice little snip there, and then get the body rib in there, nice and even. Sometimes maybe not so even. So you got a nice bed there for the next parts. So for the wing, we've got all three, black, orange and yellow. So I've already blended them together to give me a nice, not too thick, not too much. Nice to have it not too thick for purposely just to make it easier to tie in, so you don't have too much bulk at the head. Obviously if you've got a load of hair, then you're going to have a load of bulk in the head, which is going to make it really difficult to have a nice platform for your hackles to go on. Or if you just like the look of a nice neat head, makes it really difficult. And also you don't want the profile of the fly to be too bushy, too big, because it won't fish and you lose the translucency of the fly at the same time. So a couple of bits of Flashabou here, this is called the Fat Pack, just to tie in on top of the wing here. So tie one in there and then double it up, so stop it from being pulled out, and waist as well. So just tie that in there, cut them off at the back. Right, so the first hackle now I'm going to put in is a yellow hackle. So again, I've stripped it all back, so you can see, strip the top end and the bottom end because I like it nice and lean, and then I pull these fibres back, just tie them in, just there, double back, just to make it nice and secure. I used to hate pulling the ends off, I always used to break. Once again, get the inside of my scissor blades to help fold back the fibres on these cock hackles. I always used to use hen hackles because they were a lot easier to tie with. They looked a bit nicer, but I do agree that cock hackles do look better, and you get used to using them. I think for hackles for fishing rather than for photos, it's possibly a good explanation for them. They're a bit thinner as well. The hen hackles tend to be quite thick, so you lose, you know, you put a nice bit of body colour in there like a gold or a silver, and you wrap a hen hackle around it, ends up losing it completely. So I've put, I don't know, say 2.5 wraps in there, and again I'm just stripping off some of the fibres just so I've got a nice and neat finish with no wild hairs sticking up in there, hopefully. So I've left plenty of room here for some hackle tie. Just folding back a little bit. It's looking nice, I think. Next I've got grey, so this is dyed by Andre AM. Just some nice grey cock hackle again, same principle. Just tie them in. I used to put badger hackles on these. I don't think that's actually the right way to do it. I think it's just because I didn't have a grey hackle, but Andre kindly sorted me out. Again, scrape the feathers. Careful not to cut it off and get too excited. It's a really nice colour combination, this. So again, just tease the fibres back a bit so they sit nicely for you. There we go, another one at the top. Then I'm going to take these off. I know a lot of people don't do this, but I just find it a lot easier, makes the tie-in, the finish of it just easier. Haven't got the head perfectly symmetrical there, which is annoying, but it'll work okay. So I'm just going to tie that grey hackle in there. So I don't think that looks too bad. Nice colours, not too heavy, can still see the body in there. So what I'm going to do now is just the final touches, add a bit of JC, and some people put them in, some people don't, but for these ones, these two particularly, I have put them in. Each to their own, everyone do their own thing. So I tend to put one back there. If they're being difficult, sometimes I put a little bit of super glue on there to help hold it all without the thread slipping if you haven't left too much of a head, which I haven't here, which can occasionally cause a little bit of problem in finishing it off, but I think we'll be okay. So there we go. And we'll just whip it. Few turns there. Pull them tight. There we go. And then I get a pair of tweezers, pliers rather, little pliers, not too big, to take the end of the JC off. That one's gone in there. So to finish off, I will put a bit of Sally on again. But there is your lightning bolt.